Good afternoon, everyone. It's Margaret from Living Organized. It's a bright, sunny day. I hope everyone is doing really well. Not sure who's on here with me, but I'm going to get started and I'll tell you what we're going to do today. So as you know, this is COVID-19 pandemic, and so what I'm going to talk about is COVID-19 steps to decluttering your home while you're stuck there. So let's talk a little bit about that. For those of you that saw my blog on Tuesday at livingorganized.ca/blog, it's the first one at the top of the page. If you saw that and you're stuck at all, this would be a good place to get some help. Or for some of you that just want to, see what's going on here and how I can help you with tips, then this is the place to be. So what I'd like you to do is, if you have any questions at all, I would like you to post those in the comments below. That's where I'll be answering them. This is live, but only for you to listen to me for today. This is my very first one that I have done on Facebook Live. So if you have any pressing questions or more personal questions you don't want to share here and you don't want me to answer those in the comments, by all means, please private message me. I am going to answer your questions within the next 24 hours for those that are posted now or within the next few hours of this, because you will be able to see this on my post for a while. I will try to save it so that you can access it later. And for anybody after that, I know, yes, we're all working from home, but I am still busy, so I will get to your questions as quickly as I possibly can. Okay, so and people that know me, if you're really stuck, you know you can always just text me. Okay, if it's urgent, please say that. I will respond to you and get you the information that you need. Okay, so the first thing in the blog I talked about was about landfills being closed, and in some areas they still are. For those of us here that are in Simcoe County, we have 4 locations that are open, so please check the website simcoecounty.ca for the guidelines and for the locations that are open. They are saying all urgent and essential items. Okay, so that would mean things like, if you're moving out of your house and you've got to get rid of stuff and you've got some big old mattresses, those would be the things that you can't set at the curb, right? Or no one's going to come up and no one's going to pick up from you. Or they might pick them up from you, but you will pay more for that, okay? So you can get a service to come and take that in on your behalf, I do believe. Do check out the guidelines, okay? My understanding that over in the city of Barrie, that their landfill is still closed, except of course for their curbside service. So for people who are watching this and living in other areas, please check your municipality, your county, or your region's website. Okay, so they will tell you about all the guidelines, the hours, and how they're handling everything. But I did want for people to know here in our immediate area that a few days ago they did reopen a few things. Okay, so the big thing that I do want to talk about here is setting the stuff aside. Not everybody is going to have a place. I had said in the blog in number 2 that you're going to take the non-smelly garbage, non-stinky, non-dirty garbage, you're going to set aside. And I don't expect you to have any stinky garbage in this kind of a project. You're going to probably have more recycling than anything, which can go out in your curbside pickup, which is great. But you are going to need to have a place to set those aside. Okay, so you may have to make a space in your garage to set this stuff, or in your basement, or it might be a room in the house, wherever it is in some little corner that you have that you're going to set it up and you don't want to have to move it again. So in organizing, the rule is that you touch something only once. When absolutely possible, please don't touch something a second or a third time. Right? You want to not be tripping over this stuff. You don't want to have to move it because you're going to have to get to something in the near future that you likely know right now that you're probably going to need in the next week or 2. Okay, so set this stuff aside. If it's garbage, green garbage bags, please. If it's donations going to a charity, clothing and soft stuff that can go into clear bags, please, clear bags only. I have seen beautiful, beautiful things that do not belong in a landfill end up there because people got mixed up after, and other people were helping them, and they just weren't able to keep it organized the way that they thought that they would initially. So please, green is for garbage, and any other color or box that you want to use can go to charity. If it's in a box, write that that's for donation or a charity on the box. If you've got something in there to go to a cousin or a family member, write their name on that. Okay? Just so that when the time comes, you've got those things all there, and you'll go back to them, and it'll be an easy pickup, and here's where it's going to. Okay, that'll be the directive for it. And you can set them up in a corner in the basement. Maybe you've got some space under your stairs that's often underutilized. That might be the space that it's under the stairs, it's out of sight, out of mind, and it's out of your way, that you're not going to have to look at that it's going to bug you, or someone is going to trip over it. Okay, so that's the big thing here, is clearing away a spot if you don't already have one. Okay, and your third one was your supplies, if you're going to need things. You are going to find a lot of things in your home that you can repurpose. If you're going through a kitchen cupboard and you find all kinds of plastic containers that don't have lids that fit, or the lids they're all wrapped, they're all ruined, right? They're all folded over, they've nuked in the microwave, the dishwasher, whatever, they're toast, or just missing. Don't throw out all of those containers until the end, okay? Unless it's something you just absolutely know that you'd never use, recycle that one or toss it out. But keep at least some of those, so that, if you had craft items or little things in the office that you could stow away into that plastic container, that would be a great thing to keep. You could use them in the vanity, you can use them anywhere, right? So sometimes you don't even, you might not even need the lid. You might use them for like nails and screws, things like that, that don't need to have a lid on top of them. Okay, so those are some of the things that I'd like you to think about when you're doing this. And I do have a really great article on the blog. You can visit my blog, and on the top of every page of my website is a little search icon, and you click on that, and you can put in there organizing, you can put in bathrooms, you can put in office, you put downsizing, moving, home staging, pantries, kitchen, just about anything. And it's going to scale down some of those blogs so that you can find them. And there is one on there. If you put in the word repurposing, you will find a blog specifically to that will help you how to use, or what things to use that you didn't think about, that you could use other places in your home, rather than I've got to go out and buy something, or you're tossing something away and now you need something to store it in. So that's the thing. Do that part first before you consider any part of I got to go buy something. I mean, the stores are closed, but we can shop online. But before you go and spend any money that you really don't need to, this is the first step to do. And if you do want, when you're done these projects, once you've done your decluttering and you figure out what your system's going to be, that is the time for you to decide to go and shop, and then go online, make sure you're checking reviews, that you've got your measurements, all the dimensions of everything, and pick the things that will work for what you're looking for. Okay, so, and think about things that might be somewhat flexible, that when I outgrow it in the bathroom, that I might use it under the kitchen cupboard or somewhere else in the house, with just about any piece of furniture or any, storage container that you are buying. Try and get some dual function stuff. Okay, so I think that's about it for today. And so again, go and have a look at that blog. And the reason I tell you to use the search icon is there's over 150 blogs, and you will get lost trying to find those blogs. So go ahead with all that. And as I said, put in the comments any questions that you might have, or concerns, or some feedback. I will respond to those. And again, certainly feel free to private message me. Have a wonderful, wonderful day, and happy organizing.